Fresh off of getting the Terror Squad Air Force One loyalties, we are now back with the second iteration of Terror Squad Air Force Ones, and that is the Terror Squad Air Force One Blackout. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Soul by Soul YouTube channel. My name is Frankie. I'm happy you decided to join us here today. If you're new to the channel, Soul by Soul is all about sneakers, culture, and community. We review sneakers, talk about what's happening in the culture, and ultimately, we're trying to facilitate a community with all of y'all that are watching. So we are back again to talk about the Terror Squad Air Force Ones, and this time we're talking about the first pair that we were able to get our eyes on, and that is the Terror Squad Air Force One Blackouts. Now, if you didn't know, this pair is actually connected to a story about something that actually happened. It is the game that we never got to see at Rucker Park back in 2003. We had names like LeBron James, Allen Iverson, Carmelo Anthony, Shaquille O'Neal. They were all set to do battle at Rucker Park. But then a blackout hit New York City, and I remember it very vividly. I was on a school bus coming from New Jersey from a summer camp, and I felt like I was stuck in front of that Holland Tunnel for what felt like forever. I don't think I got back into the city until like 10 o'clock at night, I feel like, and everything was just complete darkness. But during this time, Fat Joe and Nike were actually working together. Nike was actually creating Air Force Ones for Fat Joe, but it was just for Fat Joe, his camp. They were the only people that were getting Air Force Ones. And now, fast forward to 2023, 50 years of celebrating hip hop, the Terror Squad Air Force Ones are now available for the general public. Let's look at this shoe up close and personal. First things first, the box that this shoe comes in, it's just your standard Nike Air Force One box, so there's really nothing to write home about. So here it is, the Nike Terror Squad Air Force One Blackouts, y'all, and it is a beauty, if I do say so myself. You see on the toe and toe box, you got that black and white coinciding with one another. When you move up the shoe to the tongue, it's in all black. It's actually a really nice material on the tongue itself. It just looks very buttery to me. It just looks very shiny. It does come with a pair of white laces, but there are also a pair of black laces that I'll put on for y'all on the on feed, so stay tuned for that. You have a black swoosh working with the white in the medial panel and then working its way to the black heel. You do have Fat Joe's initials right there, JC, along with that TS, that Terror Squad logo right there. You got a white midsole with the Air in black, and then you got a nice black outsole, your standard Air Force One outsole here. And then in the inside of the shoe, you do have insole that's in white. So that's really everything that is to write home about, you know, for what meets the eye. I think the biggest thing that I did want to talk about briefly in this is how a lot of people are talking about, oh, these are just a Panda Air Force One. That's literally the verbiage that I used in the other video when we talked about the loyalties. This is not a Panda Air Force One, all right? First things first, this came first, literally. Back in, I think it was 2004, if I'm not mistaken, Nike made a pair just like this, black and white, for Fat Joe with the Terror Squad logo and everything. And when Nike and Fat Joe were determining what sneakers they were going to release to the general public, they went into his closet, they went into his collection, they looked at this, and they were like, we are going to model specifically off of this color blocking, off of this black and white color blocking here. Terror Squad Air Force Ones came first, so knock it off with the Panda Air Force Ones. These are blackouts, all right? That's how I'm gonna call them. Like, these are my blackouts. These are my blackout Air Force Ones. So just wanted to put that out there, all right? This came first. Stop it with this whole, like, it's just a Panda color blocking, because it's not. Second thing about this sneaker though, y'all, there is actually somebody that does deserve some credit for this shoe, and that is none other than Virgil Abloh. It was actually revealed in a complex interview that Virgil Abloh reached out to Fat Joe about kind of creating an off-white Terror Squad Air Force One, and unfortunately Virgil passed away, but it created, you know, this conversation for Nike and Terror Squad to do an Air Force One. So, you know, we might not have this out to the general public if were not for Virgil Abloh. So just goes to show that Virgil Abloh's contributions to the culture are still being felt, and I think that just also kind of adds you know, more mystique to it. It adds more value to it, you know, on a personal level as well for the collection. So I think that's really cool, and I just wanted to share that with y'all. So I was able to get the Blackout Air Force Ones at Up NYC here in New York City. I actually had to wait a little bit on, you know, the line. I've actually never had to wait that long to get a pair of sneakers. The longest I've ever had to wait in line for a pair of sneakers I already got, that was the Concepts Air Max 1s, I think Message to the Universe, the first colorway that released. Those, I was in a line that felt like it was going forever at Concepts here in New York City. But I mean, it was a raffle pickup, so I already won the sneaker. This time around, you know, no guarantees. I'm just waiting in line, seeing what's gonna happen. I think I was number 21, and I'm only thinking that I was number 21 because the dude right in front of me was saying that he was number 20. So I went off of that math right there. But you know, regardless, I was able to go inside, get the size that I wanted. You know, I was also able to cop this t-shirt that you're seeing right here. This is a t-shirt that commemorates the Blackout game. It even has the names of the individuals that were set to play in that game. There was other merchandise available to go along with the release, including this trucker hat that was exclusive to the Up NYC location that I went to. Really cool hat. I actually didn't get it for me, I got it for Mike. But I might have to go back to Up NYC to see if they still have these in stock, because it's growing on me the more that I look at it. There is a friends and family version that did release with these Terror Squad Air Force Ones. I believe it was kind of like in a gray, white, and pink color blocking. Really cool, a really fire sneaker. I do wish that that was also available for the general public, or you know, if somebody like had a secret password at Up NYC that they could use. But hey, let's see how the Blackout Air Force Ones look like on feet right now. All in all, y'all, a really fire sneaker. I really like the Blackout Air Force Ones. The quality on these is really nice. A lot better quality than those Panda Dunks that y'all keep comparing this to. And you know, just really cool that, you know, the sneaker community is now able to, you know, get their hands on a Terror Squad Air Force One that was released to the general public. So, you know, really cool right there. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. You know, make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at _SoulXSoul. And if you want to know more details about the Terror Squad Air Force One loyalty, make sure to check out this video right here where I dive deep into every single detail about this sneaker.